tower. Prestige, though, refusing to back down. Henry inside of the smoke with the shotty.
So
you can see
intense.
both of them had the same idea to try and third party.
Hey, mar gaya, Henry mar gaya.
Instigate it and have already started to put the
Come on,
DBS,
Cyrus.
take him down from the sidelines. There's only 3 of them left, of course, with Henry falling early. Oh, the decision making on it! He had the timing for so long. doxy gets in, not just with one, but a second follow-up, supported by the squad. And that's how they shut them down.
I mean, fair play to him, right? He got the hit reg off, doing no damage. I think the annoying thing for him is that doxy just goes in with such careless abandon that it's almost hard to hit the shot on him. Yeah, for AX going down there does feel pretty rough, but for Nongshim Red Miner, Naden Hand always has been touted as one of the better players on that team when it comes to those nades. Silly, in my opinion. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of emotion.
Yeah, I mean, you know how much it means to them. And that is a brutal start. One you've got to sit there and just really absorb the
This is wild. This is wild. One on the left-hand side will go down. toxpig needs to be quick on the trigger, though. If he wants to get Silas back up, one goes down on the back lines. They might just finish this off. Now just Mormon left alive. toxpig in a 1v1.
Oh, the peek into it. Okay, quick switch to the shot. He's sick, though.
Koa sends a nade down, does good damage over towards Ketch, and Scarface is yet to toss the nade just yet. Could air burst over towards him. Koa's taking a 1v1 and Ketch will win it out.
Oh, the Tommy Titan unloads the magazine, shuts down the first. Redox with a big task ahead of him. Quick peek up over the rock face, battling back with the DBS, trying to keep them isolated. Give himself 1v1s. He's got the heal in. Quick peek back around, trying to see if he can bait them on the face. If they give him an opportunity, he could snatch it up close, but Scarface handles it, and they will snatch that one away.
I am pleased. I sound angry. I am pleased. I'm pleased. I'm very, very pleased, in fact.
He's smiling. He's smiling whilst he says it. I can attest to that. Get a shot into the back line there as well of AX. Meanwhile,
honestly, I would be very, very happy to see Falcons do well this game. But with Gamax on the north side, who have caused them problems multiple times in the past, we'll have to wait and see. But we'll put a pin in that one.
it's out for 7. They do get the shots off with a Mini 14 at least back onto AX. The Arena similarly nipping at the heels on the chase there. Seems like Lil Boy goes down to Kino Trope. He was able to find that shot.
Lines to work with. Do catch off one of the players in Sky. He was getting a little bit too close for comfort for them. But they're going to hold this position. With the Soak going north as well. Good for Falcons. More time spent in this compound means more time at safety. Silas is able to find AX, but Silas will get taken out by Intense Game, giving them no chance. No one goes down, and they can crash it. I think they have to crash it. Ralph's going to send in first here. Dropping as much medication as possible. Complete misread on the angle. Has to be happening from Redox. Koa's left behind, and Madcap lives this one out.
Oh, man. The shots from the side from Kinotrope are huge as well to buy time, and this comes back to bite them in the bottom. I mean, you can get the res back up, get him in position. They've still got a good angle to fight with on this one. Fragments them massively. And for Powr, they might be in a spot to potentially steal some of this away. You got
not know.
Ragnar with the angle. Nade over the backside, shots at the feet. So low on HP. One bullet and a dream is all that he'd need. The peek back up. Oh, the knock on the Ragnar fragments Powr, but they've still got the manpower advantage on this one, and it's down to Falcons with just Koa. Peek over the top side, spots the head of Easy. Shrouded with the smokes, but bullets coming in from 3 separate angles.
This is a nightmare scenario. Just has to guess the angles. We'll just send back. I mean, well played to Koa. Again, it seems like the player spot on the tables. I genuinely do think that those games that they've just come off the back of were very important. I think you put it well in saying that they're quite passive games. They were just trying to get into that top 8. And it's so funny because when Falcons start playing like this, like, we just need these points. We can play it cool. And we don't need anything drastic here. Their gameplay goes up by a high margin.
Yeah, you can see the percentage play is what they go for, right? If it's not over 90%, it's really worth running the risk. Yeah, we're seeing it actually work for them. Devote with a connection back over onto Never Alone as he's tried to make the dash there for Vision. To join the rest of the squad over towards the compound side, so a bit of a split, 1-3 on them, having to try and link back up. It's Volt that's a key piece of this team as well.
Yeah. One thing I really do like about AX is that whenever you look at the player cams, they're always speaking to one another.
Oh, always good,
commenting.
yeah.
They're not the best team in this lobby. I mean, that is clear, right?
Yeah.
But they are giving it their all. It comes back to Rozhok. Gamax. They knew which angles to watch. They didn't have to move out from the eastern side of Rozhok, but they do it anyway just to pick up some free elims and clear out the eastern side. That's their big goal there. Now they can start to work the issue over towards the west.
This is a classic fight. Feels like AX and Nunshin Red Force have been thrown into a hell in a cell again and again. These two teams have been scrapping throughout the entire tournament in group stage and again here in survival stage. Delayed bout on this one. Nades over the top. Arian trying to keep them pinned in position. Tizzy with the nade back over. Binny relatively low as well. Has to top himself back up.
Nade after nade. That looks like a better air burst in my opinion, but Cyrax does take a lot of damage. Thunder strike from the air there. In the meantime, Horror moves up over towards Fire Flux. They find Solus as a solo in one of the buildings. Unresable right now. It's hard to get yourself across to, and he should just bleed out on this one.
Close quarters, nades. You've got to tuck him with a shotty. Good tag. Sizzy quite low. P90 up close. Henry inside of the smoke with the shotty.
And another function Red Force. Very much cut down. Domination from Henry's side of the ring. Another good nade coming through from Horror. They are working the angle.
Oh, a prime nade from Zizzy. Right on target. Fragments the setup from AX. Henry has to make a hero maneuver on this one. Wraps up close. Molly over the top, smoke up front to provide some sort of cover for his teammate, but Tizzy peeks in from the top, struggling to get the quick reposition off and switch to the right gun for the job. Couldn't handle it. Cyrax in the back line now, spamming through the smoke, but it goes both ways. Not much vision to work off on this.
Oh, hello. This is a cool rotate coming through from Falcons. They wrapped all the way from that north side. They left one player behind. Redox takes out one, and they're looking to clear up Nongshim Red Force on this third party. This is way more aggressive from the Falcons. They start to flap their wings a little bit.
Turning up the tempo, and it's what you want to see. We were saying they've been playing smart, passive games, looking for placements. But mixing in a good score on eliminations as well would be huge for their momentum. The bonnet hits the face of Tizzy, and they look to end the opportunity.
Roll him down on the reverse.
More elims on this. Up close, Raf takes a bit of damage from the peak, but they do handle it. Koa spots that one with a UMP. Mormon on the slow walk up. Pin pulled for the nade. Bounce round the corner. Squash gets flattened. Mormon makes a play. Potential for the follow-up as well. Close quarters combat. Carya trying to hold on for Alpha 7. Able to connect that back. Silence E-Arena, but now Novello knows that he can make his move. Gets up close with the DBS. Oh! Huge kill. That is a beautiful E-Limp to put them back into a position he can get Squash back up.
Wait a minute. REgnum Carya still going strong with Loxy. Hitting these shots here. It might not be the end of the world after all. Carya has to send a nade over. It's not perfect, but now he's got to make the cross.
Carya going for it.
No way, Loxy.
Taking opportunities where they're presented. REgnum Carya being able to play this one picture perfect with the opportunities that have been presented by other teams. Everyone's overlooked them. Sideline from No Fear, living up to his name as he pops up. Silences Loxy. There's the shot back over. And that's the way it goes.
Horror played that game incredibly well.
Moments, were they in the top echelon? No, but Vision, still a team that is struggling. REgnum Carya now in a fight against AxTmg and Silas, a guy who, again, is trying to create history for himself. He's already has a large history of performances and great moments throughout PUBG Mobile history. This tournament would complete the trifecta he's currently trying to get, so that's a big opening elimination for him. And for AxTmg, the struggles live on.
I think REgnum Carya are looking weak this tournament in a way that couldn't be said, I think, for Alpha 7 or Falcons.
Sure.
They haven't really been in these positions to really take too much. They earned a couple of points on moving past Vidan, actually moving close towards that forward position, maybe actually over into Influence Rage. Vidan circling here. Easy's going to roll straight on up. Al-Haji sending in a barrel, sent down the lane towards Influence Rage, and Easy goes in first, does manage to get traded off, but they lose one of their players. Now, can they handle Lil Boy on the inside? Al-Haji take it down, and Influence Rage maybe trying to stop Powr dead in their tracks. Vidan on the outside here with the AUG, hasn't managed to find it, and Lil Boy goes for the res.
Lil Boy's going for the res. Lil Boy now out. He knows he has to leave this. There's too much utility to use. And the juke, the bait and switch to take down the remainder of Powr to stay alive. The Falcons are now starting to move in, and I fear this might be the ending of Lil Boy. But the medkit is popped. He's back up, but the nades are rolling in, and Falcons are starting to close the vice grip. But Lil Boy stands on his own 2 feet for a little bit longer to get one more final knock.
Ralph.
Well, in the thick of it, smoke out, nades starting to move in. Falcons keeping the pressure up. Just such a sensational day from Team Falcons, just on the edge of taking over first place. AxTmg are now gone, and Falcons have been hugely aggressive, and man, from one team to another, they now push up onto Kinotrop. The question is, do they know they're sitting in the weeds?
They have managed
Making a rotation. Well, no, they've got to park the bus because R8 continues to punish them.
They try and get up towards the hay bale, but the cover isn't there. Damar has been tearing them to pieces. Chunks of Falcon flying left and right as he's blasting them away here. And it's just unfriendly atmospheres out on the northwestern side. There's more to do. Marth's going to have a go. Have a crack, and now it's just the one player. No, it's the no players as Falcons fall flat on their rotate up towards the north.
Which is so disappointing. Falcons were on fire. The way they were pushing teams was excellent, and they didn't want to fully commit for this compound. Right at them.
Immediately covering this field in smoke. Stage 8 circle closes dead center, and that will put us on the north side of this compound. None of these teams currently have position there, so if REgnum Carya can get up to the wall successfully, they're going to have a great shot here, but they're going for the wraparound. Damar on the wall, looks to try and hold his nerve, but he's already taken down in a second as well. A blast on the sidelines here for R8, and they will be torn apart. REgnum Carya with a clean roll-up and give themselves a chance for 12 elims and more into this circle. 4 elims remain, could be a 26-point game. On him, Yangon Galacticos know he's there, know that this fight happened earlier, and they will take care of him, so no more annoyances from the side. But Yangon Galacticos have invested time, and the question is, what have REgnum Carya done with it? They've moved out to the north side, up and to that wall position. The nade over towards Silas drops short from Smile, and everybody's cooking them. How much more have they got left in the back pocket? Loxy with a long lob, doesn't quite connect, and another one sent over towards Silas. Sees the numbers even. 3 versus 3, and Wild falls next.
All right, REgnum Carya now with the 3 versus 3, as you said. SayCloud, Smile, nades are cooking, they're throwing, but are they connecting? Well, not just yet. Loxy, though, down. Loxy down. Yangon Galacticos managed to make it happen and take the win. Naturally, they don't want to, and they didn't want to. They wanted to go from group play straight into Smash Point format, but you know, it is what it is. They go to survival stage to make the most of it, and they are clearly, look, R8's going to be an issue. Hopefully we can get it down. If so, it gives us more leeway to rotate in, but it just doesn't happen. You mentioned Yangon Galacticos pushing in to AxTmg. That's exactly what they do for just a little bit, but eventually back away. But the good news is for 2 players, at least SayCloud and his duo, they managed to push a little bit deeper towards that airdrop, and now for AxTmg, there's really nowhere they can go that's safe.
Powr takes shots out towards Henry. He's down, he's flushed. Cyrex now looking to potentially regroup towards Devotee, who's trying to suppress Yangon Galacticos in turn, but will not be able to connect on the spray down. Cyrex up to the roadside now, and actually doesn't want to stop there. Gathering momentum, he's going to divert across and play on top of AxTmg's outpost. Devotee has his team regrouped towards him.
Smile drops, great shots from a distance. AxTmg refusing to budge. They may not have the numbers, but they've got the heart and are utilizing it as much as humanly possible. A team that needs to claw their way up the standings, currently in 14th with 8 points. That's simply not going to be enough, but with 2 more games remaining, this being one of them, they understand what's at stake. They understand what they need to do. Powr in such a beautiful spot, still dead center, all eyes on them, but of course for Lil Boy, 2 players from Gamix up ahead. He lost his duo just a little bit earlier. Full Sin, Panda's out, and Lil Boy is looking to challenge.
Oh, with the pan, you're kidding. Doesn't quite connect. Only chance of taking Powr down, but Vision have actually cleared out the northern side. I thought they'd have a little bit more trouble with it.
R8 might be moving straight into him. There's so many line of sights, whether it's Powr, Yangon Galacticus, you're really never safe. And, well, it is the cat's going to be out of the bag. R8's been spotted. Vision knows exactly where they are, and they also know it's just going to be a duo. For Yangon Galacticus pushing forward, Powr's got the hardcover POI. They've been sitting here for the longest time. They're on 8 eliminations. They're going for double digits, and I see no reason why this game doesn't go to them with the highest scoring elimination lead.
The question is, when do these teams crash around the edge? R8 concluding on the north side with Vision. If Vision can take this one down cleanly, 2 crashes onto Powr's position at the same time could be disastrous, but that needs Vision to stay alive. And R8 are really reticent to let that happen. Never Alone steps out, sprayed down, and R8 are chewing through them now. Volt the last to stand for Vision's on the northern edge. Needs to keep himself together. The nade goes up on high towards Prestige, but they split the difference. Will find a knock. No, not quite. And they know it now exactly what tree he's playing. They're looking out for R8. They've seen Prestige, but the nades from Powr are just going to ring on over this ridge line. That Molotov is beautiful. Might push them into the blue zone, and they'll go down to it. A nice result for Yangon Galacticos either way, getting into a top 4 off the chicken dinner. But Vision, they're still going, like you said. They managed to find a little bit of recovery, but they are still struggling, it seems, on the northern side with 9 elims.
9 elims, great game nonetheless. You got to give them their flowers where flowers are due. Vision, where do you go from here? You just got to push forward. You got R8 to your right. Alhaji now starting to get active. Getting a forward position onto Team Vision. Marcelo as well. Alhaji's down. Did Powr just throw this game away?
Oh, I don't know about that one. It is still a lot of pressure onto Vision. They will fall, but now it's a 2 versus 2. Inside the building, Powr is going to start to lose pressure very, very quickly. Ragnar needs to find a way out. So does Easy. These walls have now turned into their prison.
Oh,
and the ankle is swept underneath the vehicle there. It's all up to Easy now in a 1 versus 2. All right, look at her turn things around. But
taking damage. He's now up close and personal with the team of Powr. Prestige, though, refusing to back down, hitting the shots needed as Powr starts to collapse. And is it R8? Yes, it is, as they take a tremendous victory, taking it away from everyone.
Powr of not going for that flush out is that it draws Aura in, and now they have to commit to this hillside push. So Pedrino can just give ground. I mean, it's smart, right? You just slam it in reverse, do a little pirouette on the way down. You look classy, you look sophisticated, and you just get out of there, right? That's the idea.
Not out yet.
A lot of ammo being dispensed here downhill, but not quite connecting. Has to hop out though as the vehicle starts to set on fire, and there we go. Okay, so as cool, as swift.
To see Noxium Red Force unfurling.
Binny will be there for the refrag. That smoke on the door frame is doing a lot of work for Noxium Red Force. He's playing around it with the shotgun, just going on those gut reactions there. Hitting those flick shots, all important. Has done so much for them. Easy drops down, out and around the side, and he clocks 1 on the swivel. A really nice heads-up drop down there for Easy. More to go, though, and Binny on the inside, trying to keep things together for Noxium Red Force, but Powr trying to turn it around, and the pump action again for Binny. Dispensing a hell of large amount of damage for the roster of Noxium Red Force, and they keep it going. Powr done and dusted.
Ooh, and that's tough, isn't it? Going into tomorrow's competition, Powr, man, they're going to feel good naturally. Great performance when it comes to the top of the standings. Currently first place, 56, near that 70-point theoretical threshold for top 8. They're very healthy, but
are going to be able to heal up a little bit more effectively than R8 in this location. In fact, it's only Damar who is left standing for them, and he is split from this fight. He is trying to take those shots down and might actually have an impact here, as 3 players from Influence Rage are currently on the deck. And Damar could try and challenge this. He's not really got too much to lose, has to get out of here anyway. A front flip on the buggy. He's dismounted from it, but he stays alive. Will get it back into control. But all this time, Influence Rage have been healing, have been regrouping. Hang on a minute. No, they haven't.
He took down Low Boy. He took down Low Boy from a distance. Now DeMar knows I've got to capitalize off this. He pushes straight in. He's a solo. He's going for gold. But can he pull off a miracle play? Well, at least so far, yes, he can. He re-rotates over to potentially take down Low Boy. But now he's got to take down Lorenzen, who pushes over the top. DeMar looking to make a heroic play, but gets silenced finally from a distance. He's taken down as Fire Flux says enough is enough.
During all of that as well, Kinotrope sent a big node over towards the Falcons that has torn them in half. They are suffering now, and it looks like they're being handled nicely out on the western side. Redoc's the last to stand for them, and he will fall in short order. A well-placed nade stops Falcons in their tracks, going down with minimal points on this match, but their day is pretty successful so far. They have managed to turn up where they haven't before, and will be happy moving into...
Go at it. They focus on the Loxy first.
Right.
Loxy, though, does a good job taking down a couple. In fact, he's going to get the full finish onto Alone. Marcelo off to the right will also be taken down. Volt, the last chance, the last dance for Team Vision to make anything happen in the final game of day number 1 of the survival stage will end in a wonderful hold. But here comes the third party, E-Arena. They're out for blood, and they want to finish off REgnum Carya.
They've heard this fight popping off. This is the only team that was holding them from moving north, and REgnum Karya's sightlines get pushed off the angles. They don't have time to heal because they've got more players descending upon them. Turney K, nade in hand. Wild desperately popping that first aid. The Molotov on high keeps Loxy back off the window as Turney K plays forwards, and he opens the door, potentially to his demise, but Silas not going to go down just yet. Turney K hopping up, trying to challenge on the high ground, and might be able to do it, but slips low, and in the meantime, E-Arena have lost a player on the off angle. Fire Flux are moving in. Influence Rage, Aura as well, trying to find their way through and closer to this fight.
Tremendous fight, a big fight indeed. The question is, who's going to end up ahead?
Of this hold, Alpha 7 couldn't do it, Vision couldn't do it, E-Arena taking a crack at it. REgnum Karya may be too tall of a mountain to climb here as they keep things on lock and key. These guys are champions in their own right, and that is on full display here. Dead center of the circle right now sits in Aura territory, and it's going to...
He has taken a lot of damage. Sky's going to be coming in. Silence is going in. The tip of the spear looking to turn the tides. REgnum Karya is full committed. They know they have to, but Wild, he's the only one who's going to be standing currently. Aura is going for gold, but Influence Rage, I've got to favor them. I think they got this. Aura, they are running on fumes, and Influence Rage is tightening the vice grip.
Law with a nade cooking now. Over the top needs to find the shots, but Lorenzen goes down to the back line, and no answer is found with a nade. Sky looking to try and take up the mantle of the peak, but again, he is rebuffed. It's all up to Jiggle now for Aura to keep them linchpinned into this match, but Catcher's there. He finds it, and that's Law as well, taking the shots out wide. Nobody's getting out of this desert unscathed now, and Law can't find the first, looks for the second challenge, and he just dips behind it. Stays alive for a moment longer, a breath allowed for the time being.
Sleepy's the one to watch out for. Catch as well. Look, Fire Flux can still very well win this with a solo, and it could in fact happen. Sleepy's going to take down Law. He's going to be gone. No Fears once again dropped. Diego's going to be pushing up onto Aura. The nade's going to be cooking. Aura's actually out, and now it comes down to a 1v1. It's going to be Catch versus Diego.
Catch, the madman from Fire Flux. They've been playing on dribs and drabs for so long, and they managed to find it right at the end. What a crazy turnaround for Fire Flux. They play
kind of have been a lot quieter. I mean, yes, they won 2 games, but game to game, we haven't seen as...
Okay, this is the danger zone. I think my concerns really do lie with AxTmg, Intense Game, Gamax Esports here in Neptura. These teams need to have a massive day tomorrow because they had a pretty rough group stage for the most part, and now they have only 6 games remaining and only 12 points at the top for them.
I'm surprised AxTmg did not have as good of a day as we saw in day 1 of the group stage. I'm really surprised Intense Game is there because I was really shouting their praises the last day of the group stage.
Yeah.
I really liked how they were playing. They were playing very split, but very controlled. They were doing some good things synergy-wise. They weren't going off on their own too much and all of that. It just wasn't able to actually, number 1, turn that into points, and number 2, actually come back from their day 1 performance. So to see that happen all over again is a bit disappointing.